Yes, and welcome back to a brand new episode of DUD or SPUD. And it's been a while, but I have a new guest coming back. Introduce yourself, good sir.
Unsystematic, Joe Spiteri.
And what you might also notice, we've got a third guest here, brand new, introducing you to one and only, loads of names to this guy, blasphemous Billy Bones, bonafide Billy Bones, because Billy Bones, being Halloween, isn't it? Like, he wants to make an appearance. He might have something to say here and there. We'll find out. What do you reckon, Billy?
Billy Bones, yeah.
There we go. So that's been answered for you. Also, YouTube's been a bit better, but still a bit of a dick at times. So if you check my Rumble account, all my videos are on there have DUD or SPUD and nothing's been banned. So if you're enjoying the episodes, check out that. Anyway, so, Mr. Spiteri, this film, we went through a few trailers and you were like, yeah, think that's the one, innit? Because after a few of them, you were like, let's just come back to it. What's it called?
Bad Ben.
And what year did it come out?
2016.
Fairly new. If you know this show, then we covered a lot of like 80s and 90s mainly, but so it's quite new. What is the premise of this film, bro?
Well, a guy buys a new apartment, I think. I think it's just a parody of Paranormal Activity.
Is this supposed to be a comedy, do you think, though?
Yeah, it looked like a comedy. It just had... It had intentional stupid things in it, you know what I mean?
Do you think it was intentional?
Yeah, I think it's intentionally
funny.
Well,
we'll find out, because this came out in 2016.
Yeah.
Since then, in the year 2022 right now, apparently he's made 8 more films of these. And it's a guy, the whole cast is one person. What's his name? Nigel Bach?
Mm-hmm.
He wrote the only cast person. So from what I've read on this, some guy went out and just filmed the film on his own with no one else. So I guess we'll just watch and see what it's like, is it?
Yeah, let's get into the movie.
Be back with you soon. Yes, welcome back. We've just finished watching Bad Ben. And fucking hell, I am so sorry that I put you through that. I'm so sorry that's the first film you ever saw. Please forgive me, both of you.
I'm so sorry for picking that trailer and picking that movie.
We're all so sorry we live in regret for watching fucking Bad Ben. So sorry, Billy. This is the first episode you've appeared in. Please don't be pissed at me. I'm sorry.
You fucking prick.
Oh man, like, but this is going to be a quick discussion because this is honestly one of the most pointless, boring films I've ever seen. There's only like little things we'll mention. We'll do our best to go from beginning to end. Like pick up anything worth mentioning, but the most of this discussion is probably just going to be take you know, you'll see. So it opens up with fucking typing on the text. It takes fucking... This is a perfect way to describe this film. This is fucking taking ages. This is drawn out. In fairness, they let us know what you get into. Bollocks, right? Fucking hell, like, this is taking stupidly long, like, innit? Like, why is he...
typing it?
Yeah. Is this film, like... Is there, like, no edits to the film? Like, it's all just one take?
No. That's lying. It's not been altered anyway.
So he's got a camera wrong way round. Some dude's filming himself. He's won a house. He's bought a house in an auction real cheap, and the whole point is he's going to go there, turn it round, as he keeps saying, and make millions from it, innit? That's kind of the idea of him going there.
Yeah, he wants to flip it.
Flip it. Turns up, and there's like loads of newspapers there, whatever, on the thing. And yeah, there's like crosses on there, God's prayers on the walls. So he's like, oh, I gotta take these off, be politically correct, because if I want to sell this house, you know, it's gotta be open to everyone. You're like, well, there's a reason it's gonna be there. Keep in mind, this is supposed to be a horror film now, so we need to mention supposed to be a horror film. I'm guessing this is supposed to be the horror part. I'm guessing. I think. I don't know. And literally, there's just bollocks. Like, we can't, like, the whole, for ages then, bro, he's basically given us a tour of the house. And we were like, this is basically a virtual tour. This guy, the theory we had on this, right, this film, is he is actually selling his house in real life. And instead of just giving you an advert, which would be like, you know, a virtual tour, he's just made a horror film. Because we see every fucking room, every corner of every room. He takes us on a tour of the whole back garden into the marsh, doesn't it, bro?
Yeah,
Like-
that was probably the most exciting part of the movie when they got into the marsh because it was a beautiful garden.
It was a really nice place, but literally we see everything. And like, it's like, why is he showing us all this shit? So we got a theory. This guy is generally trying to sell his house, like his character says in the film, and this is just their way of trying to promote the house, isn't it?
Yeah,
That was a theory.
and that movie.
In this film, like, bro,
Mm.
he actually says he's doing up the house to sell, and this film is based on true stories. Do you reckon he really was doing up a house to sell, and this film is just an excuse to see a virtual tour of the house? It's like, oh, do you want an extended virtual tour? Well, I'll make a film out of it. That's my theory.
No.
But he's shown you every fucking crook and cranny of this house.
Yeah,
I know this house better than my fucking flat that I've lived in for the last 10 years.
that'll be such clever ads with.
Because it said based on true events, bro. Maybe he is a real fucking estate agent, bro. And this is how they fucking sell their houses through horror films.
Yeah,
Shitty horror films, like. Well, it's not a horror film, is it? There hasn't
No.
been any horror so far, is it?
not really. Like, if this was you in real life, you would never think it was like paranormal activity. You wouldn't think that.
No.
You would think someone is fucking with you big time.
Yeah, of course. At best, like.
Yeah. You'd be laughing your head off. You'd be like, who the fuck done this
Yeah,
to
who
me?
are you fucking mad bastard, mate? Then I get the impression with the type of guy this guy is, this could all be in his head.
Yeah.
And he convinced himself he heard it. What do you say, Billy Bones?
This guy is a fruitcake.
See, Billy agrees. So basically, the only thing that happens is basically, I think the first night in there, like, you know, some lights and that going off, shit stuff. He's in bed, he hears a noise. Comes back down, he thinks he's been burgled, but no, he hears a bang, and he runs downstairs, and like the shelves have just been like really neatly put on the side, nothing smashed or destroyed. And he walks into the room, doesn't he?
Mm.
And he's convinced that someone's trying to rob him, innit?
Yeah.
It's them goddamn kids again. This going to turn into a fucking Scooby-Doo film, This is basically a long YouTube video. This is what all these people do on YouTube when they make them fake fucking ghost videos. When they have their friend knocking downstairs or some shit. That's why I'm saying, is he going to credit someone else or... No. Yeah, he's on the phone to some guy talking about his surveillance system. Which is the excuse why you can see the film at different angles.
No, because the only thing that records on this app is whatever camera I'm watching. So that doesn't do any good. All I got is video
What?
of me walking around the house. from
What
room
camera
to room.
system does
I
that?
was going to say, yeah, what the... You got ripped off, mate.
Yeah, and they're looking at me like I'm a fucking idiot.
Are you surprised? Again, like, we're stretching this because it was fucking bollocks. Yeah, loads of just drawn out shit of him walk around the house. He goes outside, leaves a drill outside, and literally takes ages to walk around the house. As I said, the most boring, uninteresting film I've ever seen. Like, you know, you come to watch movies to escape. Fuck off. This is more boring and mundane life. Like, you know what I mean? You could have the most boring life ever, and you could not be more boring in this film. It's like the most boring, mundane stuff, bro. And he's put it on a fucking film. You know, you watch films to, like, get out of reality usually, don't you? This is more boring than my life, like, on just when my life is boring, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for a load of the film, really, which I'm gonna kind of skip, is like shots of like lights going on and off, doors opening.
A lot of doors opening.
Hey, god damn it! Fuck. Who's in here? God
He's
damn
fucking
it.
his arms up.
That's hilarious.
Come on out.
Unlucky me.
On the fucking
Again.
maps.
They're trolling him, bro. These
Yeah.
ghosts, like winding him up, like.
Gotta send to you.
Nothing's broken at all. It's just politely being put down to the floor, like.
Who's down there?
He goes up in the
Close it.
attic, a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah, same doors opening. He goes up, goes up in the attic. Like, I'm repeating this because this is how many times.
Doors opening.
Yeah, and we're repeating this because this is literally how many times happens in the film. We're not stuttering. We're just like literally saying this is what happens. And then he's going on about, oh, look at my fan system and it's blowing the things. Never comes into play. Don't know why he mentions it.
Look how it blows the blinds.
Why is this in the film? Gives us another tour of the fucking house. More fucking lights going off. He finds a lawnmower, like tries to see if it works. It don't. Finds a bag then, doesn't he? And that's when he finds a chest in there, bloody clothing, a knife, and a picture of a baby.
Baby.
Yeah.
Fuck is this?
That'll make a lot of sense. Like.
Yeah, and his blood on the towel there. A little baby toy found with it.
Yeah.
Like, is he not worried about the bloody clothes, no?
Yeah.
With the picture of a baby, you know?
He's not worried about anything. He's just like sleeping, chilling.
Yeah, bro. He's a robot, bro. He's just like eat, sleep, fucking crack on with your day, innit?
Yeah.
Eat, sleep, repeating. That's all he does.
But before that,
Yeah.
he decided to
On the when he's giving us a tour, what does he come across by the tree, innit?
a grave of a pet.
Is what he says. Innit? And
Yeah.
and then he's got a little baby toy next to it.
Yeah. Yeah, he decides to boot the grave and hide it so the potential buyers of the house
Don't see a grave there.
Yeah. So he's obviously pissing off whoever was buried there anyway, whilst he's getting haunted, which is not the cleverest thing to do.
No.
From the back.
He's done all the things you shouldn't do. You know,
now.
Pissed
Everywhere.
off, you know, if I can disturb the grave at peace and all that shit. Like,
Yeah.
respected.
took down the crosses in the house as well.
He finds a little toy thing there, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
There's a little scene he puts on the table, and every time he speaks to it, it starts going off.
Yeah.
Were you a cat?
Stupid is this guy.
Were you a family
Were you a
pet?
ghost of a dog? What's he on about?
Ben, were you a human? Get the fuck out of here. Fuck.
If I just need the table for the effect there, but whatever. He's just fucking sitting there like a lazy twat, isn't he? Like most of the film, on the phone and shit. The light goes on, the door goes there. This is literally most of the film, like, you know what I mean? It's just shit for ages. That's what I mean. So obviously, because he filmed this on his own, as clearly him just setting up a camera and using his own shadow. Imagine being a neighbour's like, hey, it's that guy out there again at 3 a.m. What the fuck is he doing? Lurking around his own property, like a weirdo. Ooh, something happened. You'll send him a video now of Ben setting up a camera, moving it all, and then taking his pen and goes, so why the fuck are you like moving furniture? And well, Ben, why are you making a film? Let's just get to that. Oh no, don't act like you know. That was actually right. Then he actually had the furniture moving. That was like the first effect of the film, bro. It was actually moving.
That was good effect.
Who's in here?
You know, just out with screening there with a bit of string at the bottom. It's just the same scene after the same scene. Like, we've seen this 3 times so far in this film, bro. Who cares?
Have you seen the trailer to this movie?
Yeah.
Have you seen the part where the bed goes all bumpy?
Can't remember.
Oh my
Only
god.
I remember is
I thought that was the credits.
I literally did for the second end, but if that was, I was gonna kick my computer. Like, nothing to do with my computer, but that, if that was it.
Yeah.
Goes back in the fucking attic for the second time, and then he goes all stinky up here, it smells, finds like what was it, a vase, and when he looks in it, it's got like 3 like knitted figures. It's resembling the previous family, the baby and the 2 parents with all needles in him. He's like, oh, it must be voodoo shit, like, you know, the previous owners must have been into Satanism. I don't think you would voodoo yourself, so it's probably someone done it to them, like, you know what I mean? he's on the phone at one point to the guy and he goes, I was doing research on Google and I found out the previous owners were slaughtered here. You by law have to tell us that. And he goes, not unless I ask. Remember that when he's on the phone to the guy and he's like, the previous owners are slaughtered, and then he goes, oh yeah, now you ask, we only have to tell you. And then he was like, oh, we got to clarify that and let people know. And they're like, no, we don't. You didn't think you'd tell me about, you know, the previous owners were murdered here? Nope. Stupid.
I'll talk to you however I want.
You know, all right, sassy.
I know what caveat emptor means. Do you know what go fuck yourself means? Fuck you, you fucking whore! God damn it!
Yeah, Billy Bones.
Seeing him attempt to act sure did tickle my bones.
Yeah, I think he thinks it's the best part of this film.
So anyway, I got this.
So a lot of the same shit. Goes back in the attic a second time. Do you remember what he finds then? The second time he hears a noise, and there was an actual. There was two okay scenes that happen here. He's standing in a room at one point. The chairs are moving while he's there, and he's like, "What?" Right in front of him. That was okay, even though clearly someone's in the other room just pulling a bit of strings when he pulls it. You know. Best effect of the film. So there's some okay, if I'm going to try and give it any kind of props, there was some okay ways he done that. And then the second time he goes in the attic, do you remember this part when he finds the fucking pentagram thing?
Yeah.
Do you want to explain that?
I don't really want to explain it. It's so shit, like, but yeah. He finds a pentagram with a broken Jesus on it.
Is that a pentagram over Jesus cross? Goes up in the attic fucking again. And what does he find the next time he's in the attic?
A pile of ashes.
It's slipped out of a jar of vase.
A massive pile of ashes.
And then probably the best effect maybe of the film when something gets written into the ashes but takes fucking ages.
Yeah, oh my god, yeah. They really
Not
really
oh.
but it was quite funny.
Yeah,
It was probably the funniest scene in the movie.
Some fun, like that's one thing I give about it. It's like funny moments in it, but overall it's so trash. Like the funny moments just don't make up for it, do they?
Not your home. Well, I got news for you. It is my home.
Why do you just rub your hand in all that ash and shit like? So that comes in, and there was that funny moment there when when he just goes, "It is my house," and he just fucking wipes the fucking ash, which I'm guessing is supposed to be human ash because he's saying it stinks or whatever, and he don't care, he smacks with his hand, and then he literally starts him a fight. He's like, you want to go, fight me. He literally says, fight me, doesn't he? Like, you know what I mean? You're not going to fight a ghost. All the lights go off and shit.
That's right, it's my house. Every penny I had, I put into this place.
You fucking tell him,
I'm not
mate.
leaving. You're not scaring me out of here. And if it's a fight you want, bring it on.
Please have a fist fight with a ghost. That would be amazing.
That's right, go away!
And then that's the scene then when he's in bed that night, I think this is probably the best scene, innit? Because he's antagonized him now, so he's back in bed. Do you want to explain this scene? Because this is one you were waiting out for the whole film, and to be honest, it's probably the best scene of the film.
Yeah, I was waiting for this scene for the whole movie, yeah. Well, and it was an absolute shit scene as well. But yeah, the door opens to his bedroom. And you can see him peacefully sleeping in his bed, and then some shit bubble effect just appears in the room. I can't explain it. It was just you could do it on paint or something, but there and it attacks him, and then we saw some first class acting then.
Oscar worthy acting, like.
Yeah, that was.
He really lets loose, doesn't he?
Oh god, yeah. He expresses himself fully. I'm just waiting for that part in the trailer where they use those warped effects. It looks so bad.
I imagine he saved it all up for now, innit? Because he's antagonized him now. They're like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I remember this part now.
What to say, bro?
That was fucking. Oscar worthy, I guess. That
Yeah,
was phenomenal.
that was good
And
acting.
he's somehow bleeding.
It was good CGI, good acting.
It was just all round fantastic, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Why are you doing this to me?
Is your mouthing him off all the time?
Yeah, you just fucking...
You literally said you want to fight. You offered them fight, bro.
Yeah.
So he gets bitched, doesn't he, basically? Like
Yeah.
the little bitch he is. And then he goes, keep in mind, literally a scene before, he's like, I'll fight you. This is my place. Come on, then. And gets bitched. So he's in the mirror and there's blood on him, somewhere on his face. Like he's been punched in the face. It's like, no, you were just like, in bed. How are you bleeding? Whatever. So he cleans up his thing. Door opens and the little figure runs past. Which is supposed to be scary. Part of the horror. Yeah. Fucking goes back in bed, and then because them things came back when he goes downstairs, he hears more noises. The figures that he thought he got rid of, he goes, right, I'm gonna really get rid of you. So then he gets all the voodoo figures, and where does he take them, bro?
No, to a new burial ground in the garden.
Well, to the grave of the baby, innit, basically, the old where he found the toy in it. Because
Yeah.
we didn't mention when he comes back to at one point in the film, it's been dug up and he's like, oh, I wonder who done that. Getting this film is shit. So then when he sees a grave, he just puts all the figures in there, doesn't he, and shit. And he's like,
Yeah.
I guess, thinking he'll put them at rest. We got to mention the bin. There's probably the second best actor in this film. The bin comes in, play twice, and it's quite relevant in the film. He uses a bin twice.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
It's just a metaphor to
Yeah.
bin the movie.
Basically, yeah, because you were saying, I wonder if there's a double meaning to this. It's like, yeah, the film is trash and it belongs in a bin. So that was a double meaning. Probably the most thrilling scene so far.
Yeah.
I mean, wow, look at this, the excitement. I mean, mind blowing. This is where the budget went. Look at that. Turned it all the way round. All the way round, bro.
That's a significant part of the movie.
Whoa, I can't believe he did that. What? This scene should be drawn out more. He hasn't drawn it out long enough.
To emphasise that the bin's going in the bag. He needs to
Yes. The bins are a main character of this film, bro. They come into play twice now.
Yeah.
Double meaning being put this film in the bin where it belongs because it's shit and trash. So that's a double meaning. This film is trash. Put it in the trash bin.
Yeah.
There's your double meaning, son. Then yeah, there's a lawn mowing scene where we need to talk about that really, where he literally decides to go, right, this whole film so far has been like a virtual tour of this house, and then he decides to make an instruction about how to lawn mow because this scene goes on for fucking ages, and the lawn looks a million times worse after he lawn mowed it. He fucked it up, didn't he?
Yeah, he fucked that turf up. Just a mundane task.
This movie is the most boring film I've ever seen. Literally. Look at this, bro. I mean, like, this is why I come to let go and watch movies for. To watch someone mow a fucking lawn.
Yeah.
Like, look how long this is going on for. Look at this. What's this, a fucking lawn mowing tutorial now? What the fuck? We went from a whole video of him trying to sell a fucking house to a lawn mowing tutorial.
Yeah.
You know, at least he's trying, I guess. He's done a shit job of the lawn. Look how horrible it looks.
Yeah.
That's minging, bro. What are you doing? You're never doing circles. You're supposed to do it one way, back and forth anyway. What the fuck? The lawn looks worse now than it did before he mowed it. Good job. But that went on a long time. You know, we're like, oh, so it's turned to a lawnmower tutorial, this video now. Because this film don't know what it wants to be or what it wants to do. It's certainly not a horror film. A guy filmed this on his fucking camera. Phone, literally. The audio quality, we haven't even fucking talked about that.
No.
Constantly, oh fuck, it's terrible. Obviously, just used a fucking shitty phone thing.
Like, it would be fitty if it was done well, like we said, you know, like the Blair Witch Project and things like that.
Yeah, like the Blair Witch was like kind of done pretty decent for what it was. Then yeah, the bin comes back into play again. He puts some shit in the bin. That's why the bin is literally fucking a good character. He goes out because he wants to get a bite to eat, and he's driving down the road, and we're like, why is this happening? This is a fucking drawn out scene yet again. Bollocks. One long drawn out fucking unnecessary scene.
What were these people doing?
What are you doing?
How much money you made on the movie?
How much money you lost, you mean? Well, it cost him like nothing to make because someone owed him a favour and that's how he got the house. And all it cost was, I don't know, well, just however fucking much electric it took him to edit it after filming it, really, innit?
Mm.
And he still managed to lose money even though it cost him nothing, bro.
Really?
I mean, that's how bad the film is like, that's about... cost him nothing to make and still fucking, still lost, like. Comes home, thinks everything's alright, years something, so then that's when he gets the baseball bat, doesn't he, and decides to go down into the basement. Oh yeah, because what does he find on his wall when he comes back?
The voodoo dolls again, with a knife going through them, dug straight into the wall.
Yeah, and that's what really pushed him over the edge finally, apparently. Even though we watched a chair move on its own, that's what really pushed him over the edge. Gets a baseball bat, so we're like, what are you gonna fucking do? Go and beat up a ghost? That's his intention. Goes down in the basement, doesn't he, with his baseball bat?
Yeah.
Like, I would commend him saying he'd literally done it all on his own, but nah. It would have been better off if he just didn't do this at all. The fact he's made, look, another 8 after this.
That's it. That's what drew his line.
That's it.
Not the moving chairs
This
in
time
front
you're
of you.
mine.
Oh no, we started on him, bro. He got a
This is it.
baseball bat. Go on.
This is it. It's you and me this time.
Here we go.
Go on. Go on, Ben.
Get violent with a ghost, son.
I root for Ben.
Again, like, goes nowhere. He finds, like, fucking covering. Open it, nothing there. You're looking around. Bollocks. Sees a chain that moves because he moves it and then it moves and he goes, oh. It's like, you just fucking bumped into it. Use voices and shit. There's and then yeah, that's that funny scene then when he tries to fucking run out of the basement and then he's like, oh, at the door and and then he fucking goes flying. And then probably the best effect I would say of the whole film is when it turns into a Hellraiser film. Then it shows him in the basement and this long ass chain, I'm guessing, is attached to him, and he's just flat out like that, and he's just getting dragged across the floor, like right to the end, to a ghost that's making the sound of a cat fucking when they have sex. The same, I'm sure he just sampled cats having sex and slightly put an effect on it, 'cause that's what it sounds like. It's like, and then he slowly goes into the corner.
It was supposed to be a baby crying though, wasn't it?
It was supposed to be Ben, yeah, but it sounded like a fucking cat fucking, yeah. Except him clearly moving that, and that's supposed to be a ghost doing it. Oh, here we go.
No, please.
Please be the end of the film, please.
I think it's been 1 hour 20 minutes.
Like a fucking cat just attacked him, big deal. Is this still going on? Fuck off. Oh, it's Hellraiser, is it? The chain got him. Yeah, basically, he just gets like dragged in the corner, doesn't it? It's literally a countdown on the surveillance fucking camera that goes like, you know, system turning off, and it ends basically, doesn't it?
The relief.
And yeah, the relief we had.
Yes.
I was gonna say best part of the film right now, innit?
Yeah, this is relief, like.
What a pile of wank. Like, I've heard this film was supposed to be quite bad, hence why I got it, you know. Apparently, right, this came out in 2016. We're in 2022 now. No one said it earlier. He's made another 8 films. What are you doing? Like, I don't care now. This is a pile of wank. I'm offended that you wasted my fucking time. So, this is so fucking shit. We were joking most of the time, saying it'd be more interesting, right, if the neighbours would be like, what's this fucking weirdo doing?
Who the fuck is doing this? Get the fuck out of my house.
Oh, fuck it. Can you imagine, right? Be like, do you know what'd be fascinating? Is what, like, the neighbours who filmed it were like, oh, there's a weird guy who's moved in next door and he shouts in the middle of the night at stuff and he moves furniture, and they found out after he's making a film. But I'd love to see, like, the film that they made filming this guy making a film. He's filmed all this on his own. Obviously, he's had a mate that he hasn't credited to do, like, the little, you know, drawstring on fucking things when he's in a room. two people most done this. He's quite an old guy. He's made it on the phone with phone quality. What are you fucking doing? It's far too long as well, isn't it? This film, bro, is an hour and 26 minutes. An hour and 26 minutes too long. Absolute shambles, bro. Literally probably the most boring film I've ever seen in my life. The same things happen 3 times until the end.
Film hasn't got no direction, that's all it is.
Oh, fucking absolute pile of fucking shitballs, bro. This is literally one of the worst fucking boringest films I've ever seen. Why this guy made this? No sympathy. I'm gonna rip fuck into him, bro. It's the same scenes over and over again until the end, which is shit anyway.
It's like you said, it's a perfect movie if you want to go sleep.
Yeah.
Like in 5 minutes time.
Easy. Because like at one point I was like, man, we're only 50 minutes into this, and I was looking at you genuinely scared, weren't I?
Yeah.
Like, you know, we did bear with it, but keep in mind, I knew we were going into a film with one guy who's in it who filmed it with a cell phone. But I didn't expect it to be this bad. If I was going to at least try and do something with the editing, or
at least go
something
funny or do some parts really well.
Just boring as fuck, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And Billy Bones, like, you know,
Billy Bones laugh a bit.
Yeah, he's falling asleep, bro. You know, Billy, are you awake? Hello? Yeah, he's fucking gone, bro. He don't care anymore. So. Is anything you can think was worth a mention in it, really? But obviously, there was a few moments we laughing at the acting. He tells the ghost to fuck off. We laughed once or twice, but I guess old soon. Anything else you can think of that we didn't really mention?
Nah, man. Just how happy I am that the movie's over.
Yeah, big time, bro. And this is probably going to be a shorter episode of DUD SPUD because literally fuck all to work off with this. It was so bunk. So no more really to be said. I think we both feel the same. Billy Bones, we'll do it for him as well on a countdown of 3, DUD or SPUD.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, fucking DUD. Like, standard. This was awful. Like, and if people say, oh, you should watch it, it's funny, it's like really bad, it's good. No, it's fucking terribly bad. Like, there's so many other films that's bad good. This really one of the most boring films I've ever seen in my life. No words of a lie.
Yeah, it somehow had average reviews everywhere we went on even on IMDb.
That to me is just said there's a lot of fucking weirdos in the world. Like, I don't care if you're like, oh, I like this film, fucking you seek help, good sir. This was the most boring ass film, boring pile of wank I've seen, ever. I've seen some shit films, but at least like there was things going on. This film's not even a film. It's a guy who filmed himself just pretending the place was haunted and screaming at walls now and then. That was pretty much it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And his mate opens a door out with frame urine there and shit. Like, wow. Basically, it's like an extended fake fucking ghost video on YouTube, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, I got nothing else to say of you.
No.
I've been Maniacal Mac.
And Systematic.
Thanks for joining us. Until next time, peace out.
Peace.
Shit. Right, I'll come back for them.
Well, the one thing I can say about this film, literally anyone in the world could technically make a film now. If this classifies as a film,
it inspires me to make a film.
Like literally, me and you could go out now tonight, bro. Just do a one shot, just go filming for 2 hours straight. See what happens, and chuck that out.
Yeah.
Maybe add some and an overlay.
Yeah.
Edit it all by tonight. Release it by tomorrow if you want, bro.
Yeah.
I wonder if this thing works. Things are like $400.
$400 for a Hoover? You got ripped off, mate. To be honest though, mate, if you helped them out in this film, would you want to be had your name attached to it? I'd be like, nah, mate, keep me out the credit. It's fine. No issues, mate. You just fart.
Hmm?
I'm guessing you farted on the way back up, that's why you had to spray that.
No.
This is easily one of the worst films I've ever seen in my life, mate. Like, easily. This is so pointless.
I need sleep, to be fair.
Yeah. I bet everything was one take, but we filmed this like in a fucking weekend, like.
Yeah.
How is this film still going on? How is it still going on?
Not much you can do in it now.
There's nothing they've done anyway. You know what I mean? It's
yeah. What's he up to now?
Who fucking cares, innit?
Yeah.
Like, who gives a fuck? Some fucking bullshit.
Maniacal Mac.